Welcome to the OTRS 8 webinar about the external interface. My name is Luca Schmalzing, and today I'm joined by my colleague Andreas Bender. We will go through the interface and handle frequently asked questions. So let's start. In general, the external interface should assist your service organization as a self-service portal, which means your customers or internal users can use this interface to reduce your service management occurrence.
Interesting. Is the interface just for existing customers or for public users as well?
Yes, indeed, it is for public users as well. So right now you can see I'm currently not logged in on the upper right corner. And you can still use this interface for non-registered users. So for example, you can offer some knowledge base articles if you search, for example, for network problems or issues. As you can see, even in a public view, you can find articles there, and you can control the visibility, which means you have an public visibility and an external visibility for registered customers.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, for my experience, I heard very often from service organizations that they struggle to receive all the important information, what is required to support the customer. So is there a way how the external interface is supporting the user by creating a ticket or by describing the issue?
yeah, sure. So I just logged into the interface, and as you can see now, new tabs are arising. So on the menu bar, we have different tabs to select between, and you can see the ticket list of this currently logged in user. And regarding your question, for example, there's the service catalog, which supports the customer user in searching through your internal service catalog, which means, for example, you have the email account service, so your IT offers the following services, email, calendar, and now the potential requester sees, okay, there's something that sounds like my issue, and will select this one and will be redirected to the ticket creation mask. So as you can see, the creation mask is now pre-filled with already some informations, for example, that he has issues with his mail account. You can add an example message, and this is very important to, as I said, reduce the effort of your service organization. The ticket can be pre-classified. So as you can see, the type and service has already been pre-selected. So, and you can even, if I, for example, choose the service devices, you can even add configuration items. So for example, the items, the devices that have been assigned to this customer user. So in this case, it's Johnny. And as you can see here, his personal computer, his iPhone or MacBook is listed, and he can pick out of the list the device that is affected. And that's how he can attach this device to his service request.
Yeah, and where's that data coming from?
So that data is coming out of the configuration management base, which is like an inventory of different assets. So it is in general called asset management. And there you can, as I said, manage different assets, which can be, for example, a computer, as I just showed you, or it can be for example, software license, it can be contracts, it can be even your car park. So as you can see here on the top level, there is the equipment and contracts tab. And as soon as I select it, you can see different example inventory here. So for example, as I said, the car park, the contracts and industrial machines. And there you have listed all different configuration items. So for example, if I select from the car park a specific car with a number plate, you can see more information about it. So yeah, the serial number or warranty expiration date or things like that.
Okay. And you mentioned that there is also a search function available. Does the search function include also the knowledge base, which I see here in the top menu?
Yes, sure. So I can show you now when I go back to the main page. There is very present the dynamic finder, and he will help you guiding through or navigating through this self-service portal. So for example, when I'm searching for the keyword network, you can see he will not only find knowledge base articles about this, he will even find tickets about this. So you just mentioned the knowledge base. Let us dive in there. So for example, how to map a network drive. And now you can like give your users a possibility to browse through frequently asked questions. So if you have recurring issues in your company, you can handle these articles out to your customer users, and which can be, like I said, external customers or internal users if you use the service management internally. And they can read this article, see like a problem, a solution, and then they can try it out without even contacting your service organization. So as you can see, you can even add attachments, pictures, descriptions, if the article was helpful or not. So there are a lot of possibilities here.
How does the search function work here? Does it just search in the whole text? So is that a full text search? Or does it also include maybe the content which is stored as an attachment?
Yes, it is. So, for example, if you are searching for a specific attachment, let's say, for example, you have an API, internal API problem and searching for API attachments, as you can see, if I'm searching in this case for API, the article is not about API in the title at all or in the further description, but the attached file, the PDF with the exposed APIs, has been found since or is listed since the name and of the attachment or even content of the attachment will be found through that search.
Okay, the content as well. That's very important. Okay, interesting. And okay, you also said that it's searching in tickets. So does that stay in conflict here with, yeah, let's say GDPR regulations? Which tickets are searched and which tickets I can see here?
Okay, in general, you need to differentiate. So we just saw the search. Before I go more deeply in there, I would like to show you the ticket list in general. So on the main page, on the home page, you can see the ticket list of just the current logged in user, which is in our case Dr. Johnny English. So as you can see, these are just tickets where he has been assigned to as a customer user. And if he select the My Tickets tab, he will jump again to his open tickets. But of course, in this case, it's a bigger list. And there he can switch between open tickets, closed tickets, or all tickets. And he can even find specific tickets. So for example, if I search for printer, you can see that he can just browse through his list and search for specific tickets. He can even export his list. So as you can see here, as soon as I click on the export ticket list button, there are different output formats to select. And he can, and now I would like to answer the first part of your question, and he can even see the company tickets. but this is a function that can be disabled. So of course it depends. Sometimes you mentioned GDPR. It's not the administrators don't want the users to have access to the company tickets, and of course this can be switched off. But if you use it as an internal customer user management, of course you can enable that, and you can even switch it, for example, to a department ticket list. So if you are
Okay.
using the system just internally, as for your service management, and you don't have external customers, you can change this company ticket tab here to your department tickets, and then you can browse through the tickets of your department. So as I said, there's a difference between the tickets of the customer user who is currently logged in and the tickets of the whole company of this customer user.
Okay. Yeah, you were talking about the different objects the search function is actually um, searching for. So we covered the ticket part, we covered the FAQ, the knowledge base, the service catalog, as well as the CIs and contracts. Is there even more available which you can search, or other content which you can present here to the customer? Or
Mm-hmm. So for example, when I'm searching for printer, you can see here that we not only find tickets or knowledge base articles, but even service catalog items. So in general, the dynamic finder browses through all your business objects. And business objects can be knowledge base articles, service catalogs items, tickets. This can be configuration items. So nearly the whole content of your database. So to answer your question, yes, it's perfectly possible to find other results as well.
okay, then let's talk a little bit about the design. I see here 3 pictures. I see here a logo of OTRS, and also let's say a header. How can OTRS customers changing that to their corporate identity, for example? And additionally to that, I would like to add another question. I could imagine that the target audience is different from use case to use case. So it should look completely different, right?
Yes, correct. So let me give you a quick overview of this interface. So on the top menu, we have, as you already mentioned, the logo on the upper left corner, and we have the different tabs through our different areas. We have the top menu where the user himself can navigate to specific areas. And what is very present is the dynamic finder, as I already mentioned on the hero unit. So down below, there is the personal ticket list. And then we find different options to display different content. So again, it should help the user to navigate through the interface, to self-service himself. So it should not just be used as linking your already existing homepage, but to navigate him to specific areas on this external interface, so on this self-service portal. So you can define different pages behind that. So as you can see, we have different options to display this. We can have these image teasers where we have a picture with some text and link behind it. We can just have these link lists where you just display a few words with a link behind it, and you can have these content cards where you have more information with a button to click, and that are just different ways to display your content. So it is absolutely up to you. You can decide you only want to use the image teasers or only link lists or content cards, or you want to combine them. So it is absolutely up to you which kind of content structure you are choosing. And at last, we have on the bottom the footer, where you can add again things like an imprint or a privacy policy. Or you can even add, or there's even a language change possibility. So as you can see, if I switch, for example, for a quick to German, the whole interface changes. So you can define for each language an own interface.
Okay. Yeah, I see that there's also a chat bubble available in the right corner. What does that mean? I saw here, or you mentioned that it's possible to create tickets with specific forms. Does OTRS also offers here a new communication channel?
Yes, absolutely. So the chat bubble, as you already assumed, is to offer another communication channel to the customer user. So which should be a very quick way, because I'm sure you know about users that are complaining, it's too much effort to raise an issue. I need to write so many information. I just want to have it very quickly. I'm stuck in my daily business. I don't have time to make a 2-page description of my issue. I just want to get very fast in contact and someone to solve my problem. So for these customers, this is the perfect solution. As you can see, you can very easily create, for example, a ticket, or if someone is available in the chat, there would be even an option, as you can see now, to select a channel. So for example, if I direct to the service desk, or at the beginning you can choose the channel which you would like to contact, for example, service desk or sales channel, and then you can very fast get in contact. For example, my Outlook is not working anymore. And as you can see, the conversation has already been started. Now an agent can will get notified that there's a new chat inquiry, and he can accept or join this chat, and can start right away. So as you can see, Mr. Bender just joined this chat, and now he can add some questions to my request. And as you can see, it is a very fast way to get in contact. So when we further investigate the problem now together in the chat, and for example, we discover that this is not an easy issue we can solve within a small chat, then we can even create a ticket out of this chat. So you can have this chat protocol as a base of your ticket creation, and you won't get or you won't lose the information that have been added to this chat protocol already. And you can even add the chat protocol to an already existing issue. So if you have already created a ticket and you want to get again in contact with a service employee, you can just add the protocol to an existing ticket, and you can even invite other agents to join the chat. So for example, if Mr. Bender is not able or the wrong person to solve my issue because he has a different expertise, he can very easily invite a colleague to join the chat, which will then assist him solving my issue.
Okay. Something what I really would like to see is maybe just a short overview how to configure that external interface. Is that really complicated? Do we need do you need a developer here, or can you show us how to design or change the layout?
Sure. So what I missed before to show you, for example, is a custom content page. You can easily add different pages to your interface as well. So as you can see here, I added an internal content page where you can have different text descriptions. You can even, for example, add pictures and different information. And now let me show you how easily you can configure all of this. So now, of course, I need to switch to the agent interface. And there I can access the administrator dashboard. So if I'm searching for the external interface, you can find all items that are related to this self-service portal. The custom pages I've just shown you is where you can write these texts and images. Or for example, the home page is the main page where you have the different options to display different content. Let us just dive into the home page. So as I described before, let me collapse the German version and expand the English one. So on the top, you can see we have the hero unit. So the title, how can we help you today, with an image, we have a background color. And as you can see, this is very easily to configure, right? So for example, your marketing department would perfectly able to create this page. As you can see, it is built like a toolbox where you have these different items, for example, image teasers, and you can add new ones, where you have the link lists. You can decide, for example, just to delete one. So as you can see, this is very easily just by clicking and adding information. So you just need to fill out the form with the title, the link text, the link target, and that's it. Same with content cards. So as I said, this is very easily to configure. The same applies to the layout. So if you want to change the layout to your corporate design on the external interface, you can easily switch to this module on the administrator dashboard and change this even with a preview function. So as you can see, this is a preview here. And as soon as I change things, for example, let me change the primary color to red, you can see that you will get a preview of this change. So as I said, this is very easily for different. It can be just done by a marketing department or someone else. And you can even add your custom CSS if you, for example, have a corporate identity. Then you can change the whole design of the interface as well.
Okay, thank you very much for that great overview, Luca. It is really, really useful, the external interface. Yeah, thank you again, and bye-bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.